I was asked to answer two questions, so in a few minutes that I have, I'll go right to those two questions. First question is whether I thought the world was flat for agriculture. I thought to answer that question, I should probably take the view from the farm or the farmer. I think the farm is at the backbone of agribusiness, and to answer fairly this question, and I think in this type of forum, I should take his point of view. In doing that, I think we'll quickly realize that the world is not flat. The world presents a lot of different challenges for different farmers all over globally. Certainly, there are a lot of similarities. I think farmers in developed countries with modern agricultural developments, such as, let's say, Australia or Canada, probably face similar challenges and opportunities. These farmers have access to credit at relatively competitive levels. They have access to technology, information, and can make superior decisions than farmers who do not have this kind of technology or access. I'm pretty sure that a farmer from Queensland, a canola farmer from Queensland, will make similar decisions based on a similar set of facts that a canola farmer based in Manitoba, Canada. They have as well similar seeds, similar mechanization, similar marketing systems to market their products. Unfortunately, the same canola or rapeseed farmer in South Asia does not benefit from the same opportunity. Although he's competing for the same customer globally, he has a different set of reality. His costs are higher due to poor infrastructure or other sets of challenges, and that affects his profitability. He's smaller in size and thus is less capable of investing in technology. So although they have the same crops, they face different realities, and I don't think when you look at it from their perspective that they think that the world is flat. I'll share another few issues that I think are important and why I make this statement here. One would be land ownership. Land ownership is not the same for farmers around the world. There are different size of plots, obviously. But the fundamental question here is, can the farmers use their land for mortgage, for credit, so that they can invest in their business and improve their business and make long-term decisions? And there are many farmers around the world who do not have that access to that capability because they do not have land titleship. So it's an important and difficult question for many countries, because in many countries you have, as we see, for example, in China, but China's not alone, a large percentage of the population depends on the arable land. So with the population to arable land ratio small, that's an easier decision and an easier problem to tackle. But many countries are facing a very big problem and a very big challenge, which impacts the development of their agriculture. And there's no clear solution in sight for that today. The other one, I alluded that to a little bit, but in general is the access to credit. The world is not flat because many farmers around the world do not have access to credit, and that impedes their development. Another one which I actually was witness yesterday is how infrastructure can benefit farmers. I was traveling the last few days in Hebei province and meeting with livestock, grain farmers. And there, although they do face challenges, infrastructure is not one of them. I mean, where their fresh produce, for example, for fruits and vegetables or meat, can be in large urban centers pretty much anywhere within the country within a couple of days. That's a significant advantage that many other farmers around the world do not benefit from. Availability of tools such as risk management or modern fertilizer application. Today in the world, the more developed farmers have access to satellite technology for optimum fertilizer application. It reduces their costs and increases their yields. Again, but it's only available to a few. So I don't think the world is flat. We might get there one day, but it will require a significant effort from governments and agribusiness alike to make this happen. And it's probably necessary work for the coming generation. The second question was an interesting one, was whether I thought that the global agribusiness model can be, that, for example, the company I work for, Cargill, can be replicated here in China. The answer to that for me is obviously yes, but sometimes it has to be adapted to the Chinese reality. The aim or the mission of global agriculture is to bring affordable, safe, and convenient food to the consumer and continue to evolve with these evolving needs and wants of consumer. The world, the developed world, if you want, has developed a very sophisticated, integrated food supply chain system. China, as we all know the story, is growing very fast, and I see the same thing evolving here. Because of the fast growth, there are challenges, very specific ones. Food safety is one. Food safety is an issue that is on the top of mind of every executive and government officials and consumer. Unfortunately, it is a big challenge, and you could put all the processes in place, but sometimes it's very difficult to handle, especially if there's human tampering for profit. And this is one of the big challenges that China faces with. So the challenge is food safety for China, but clearly the global agricultural model is working. Again, there's room for everyone. There are small companies that will have their niche plays, but at the base of it, you will see global food systems continue to be implemented in China. The challenge that we have is to make sure that it's on the backbone of a strong farm community, because there's so many people in China depending from the farm or living in rural areas.